Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and Beautiful just showed us why Brooke and Ridge are doomed. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Well, it looks like we're approaching that time of year again, and we're going to go ahead and stop you right now if you're thinking, oh yes, the holidays are here. They are, but that's not what we're talking about. Instead, it seems like we're heading into the Bold and the Beautiful's trouble for Ridge and Brooke time of year. It's kind of a tradition. In fact, it was just yesterday that Steffi pointed out something that we've, quite frankly, been wondering for some time now. Why aren't Brooke and Ridge remarried? We know the whole song and dance. They're perfectly happy as is. They don't need to rush down the aisle, etc., etc., and we know marriage has never stopped them from breaking up. But it does add at least a little extra incentive to work things out when the going gets tough. And yes, things may seem to be moving smoothly for the two as they share outrage over the attempted coup. But we can already see problems cropping up, and it's barely even been a week. Initially, Brooke was just as horrified as Ridge to learn that Hope and Carter were staging a coup. In fact, she was so horrified that, as Hope pointed out, Brooke ran straight to her beau to tell him before even talking to her daughter. But Ridge's reaction ever since has started to grate on Brooke's nerves. He won't stop harping on how much this is Hope's fault, how she's gotten her hooks into Carter and warped his mind and turned Ridge's best friend on him. He's been treating her like some seductive mastermind, and Brooke finally started pushing back, telling Ridge that Carter makes his own choices. It wasn't a huge pushback, but it hasn't taken long to start seeing cracks between the two of them. Coup or not, if Ridge keeps pushing, we can see Brooke getting fed up with him. The whole evil temptress/devious, seductive woman corrupting a man trope is bad enough on its own. When it's your daughter who's being trashed while absolving the other person of blame, there's only so much you can take. And it wouldn't take much for Brooke to start pushing back and putting the blame back on Steffi for canning hope for the future and kicking this whole thing off. Right or wrong for either parent, few things tear Ridge and Brooke apart quite like their kids. Well, that and Taylor. So between Ridge's stubbornness and Steffi's observation, don't be surprised if this particular bridge soon collapses into the water yet again. For a time. The world of the Bold and the Beautiful has always been one where love, passion, and betrayal collide, but none of these themes have been more prominently displayed than in the tumultuous love story of Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. For decades, fans have been captivated by their on-again, off-again relationship, which has seen its share of ups and downs. The couple has survived countless breakups, misunderstandings, and external pressures, but the Bold and the Beautiful just showed us why, despite their undeniable chemistry and shared history, Brooke and Ridge are truly doomed. One of the defining aspects of Brooke and Ridge's relationship has always been the intense love they share. Their bond, which spans decades, is undeniable. The attraction between them is magnetic, and the history they've built together makes them feel like a perfect couple, at least on paper. However, the latest episodes have revealed cracks in their seemingly solid foundation. And those cracks are now beginning to show just how fragile their relationship really is. Brooke and Ridge's story is one of love that has been tested time and time again. But what makes them doomed is that the foundation they've built their relationship on is crumbling, and they don't seem to have the tools to fix it. At the heart of the couple's unraveling is trust. Ridge has always been a man who believes in loyalty, but his actions, particularly in recent years, have put that loyalty to the test. The most glaring example is his relationship with his ex-wife, Taylor Hayes. Taylor has always been a significant part of Ridge's life, and his connection to her has never been completely severed, no matter how many times he's married Brooke. The fact that Ridge continues to have an emotional attachment to Taylor, even as he's supposed to be fully committed to Brooke, highlights the deep issues that exist between him and his current wife. Brooke, for her part, is no stranger to mistakes. Her history of romantic entanglements and infidelities is well documented, and while she's tried to put her past behind her, the ghosts of her previous relationships continue to haunt her. However, what truly sets her apart from Ridge in this latest phase of their relationship is her growing realization that perhaps, despite the love they share, she deserves more than Ridge is willing or able to give. Brooke's refusal to let herself be constantly caught in the middle of Ridge's unresolved feelings for Taylor has brought a new level of clarity to their dynamic. Her character has evolved over the years, and now she's no longer willing to settle for a love that keeps her in second place. As painful as it may be, Brooke seems to be coming to terms with the fact that the man she has always loved may not be the one who can truly give her the stability and respect she needs. Meanwhile, Ridge's continued struggle to define his feelings for both women underscores the fundamental problem at the core of his relationship with Brooke. Ridge's heart may lie with Taylor, but his loyalty and family commitments keep pulling him back to Brooke. He seems to be trapped in a cycle of indecision, constantly caught between the two women who represent different parts of his life. This lack of clarity only creates tension and instability for everyone involved, particularly Brooke. Ridge's hesitancy to fully commit to her has become a pattern, and that uncertainty has eroded the foundation of their love over time. Another significant factor contributing to the demise of Brooke and Ridge's relationship is the influence of their children. The drama involving Ridge's children, especially with his sons Thomas and RJ, has added another layer of complexity to the situation. Thomas, in particular, has always been a wild card in the family dynamic, and his personal vendettas have often interfered with the family's ability to function harmoniously. His complicated relationships with both Brooke and Ridge add additional stress, further distancing the couple. Brooke, too, has her own set of children who have created complications in her marriage to Ridge. Her daughter Hope's ongoing struggles, especially with her complicated feelings about her family and her romantic life, have only magnified the tension between Brooke and Ridge. The children's emotional baggage inevitably spills over into the parents' relationships, and Brooke and Ridge's inability to navigate these challenges together has made them both feel more isolated. The fact is, their relationship has always been defined by a certain amount of chaos. The passion between them was always able to temporarily mask the deeper issues. But as time has passed, Brooke and Ridge have both changed. Their priorities are no longer aligned, and their attempts to force their way back into each other's arms only seem to push them further apart. Where once their love was all-consuming and filled with fireworks, it has now become a toxic cycle of hurt feelings, mistrust, and unresolved tension. The ultimate turning point for their relationship came when Brooke realized that no matter how hard she tried, Ridge would never be able to fully break away from his past with Taylor. This reality was a wake-up call for Brooke, and the heartbreak that followed was palpable. She had finally reached the point where she could no longer pretend that everything was fine, that their connection was enough to keep them together. The writers of The Bold and the Beautiful have made it clear. Ridge and Brooke's love story is no longer the central focus of the show. The audience has seen this with the increasing emphasis on other characters and their relationships, as well as the shifting dynamics within the Forrester and Logan families. Ridge and Brooke have had their time, but as the latest developments have shown, their time together is running out. The slow unraveling of their marriage may be painful to watch, but it is also necessary for both characters to grow and evolve. Ultimately, The Bold and the Beautiful has shown us why Brooke and Ridge are doomed by highlighting the fundamental incompatibilities that have always existed between them. Their bond, while strong at times, cannot withstand the weight of their unresolved issues. Trust has been broken, the lines between loyalty and love have blurred, And both Brooke and Ridge have changed in ways that no longer align with the fairy tale ending they once dreamed of. It's not a matter of whether they love each other, but whether that love is enough to overcome the deep-seated problems that now define their relationship. Brooke and Ridge may have been one of the defining couples of The Bold and the Beautiful, but their relationship is now a tragic reminder that even the most passionate of loves can eventually crumble under the weight of unmet expectations, miscommunication, and unresolved emotional baggage. It's clear now that their story has reached its inevitable conclusion, and as heartbreaking as it may be, Brooke and Ridge are truly doomed.